Hey guys, alright, so in this video we're going to take the Elf Warrior that I designed in the last video and we're going to animate it with a walk cycle. Generally with a walk cycle you have 8 keyframes, so we go walk cycle. Is the idle one? Yeah, here. So you have 8 frames and it pretty much, it's all the keyframes of the motion. The 9th one here is the same as the first, so yeah, there's 8 keyframes. That's generally what you need for a smooth walk cycle, but what we're going to do, we're going to be doing a 4-frame walk cycle. It's just what I'm doing on this project, just to speed things up a bit. So for a 4-frame walk cycle, you can see an example here. We're pretty much capturing the extremes of the motion. You got the contact position here, which should be the same. Where'd that one go? I don't know where that one went. Let's see if we can find it. Right there. Yeah, see, that's a contact position. So right as the heel touches the ground, we're going to use that frame, and the pass through, which is the legs crossing. So if we look back here, passing, and then straight into another extreme, the contact, and so that'll pretty much be the extremes of the walk cycle. It's what you have to do with a 4-frame. It's quite cartoony, I guess. We'll see here when I do it. Alright, so we'll take our Elf Warrior, we'll make an iteration, and that way, you know, we have something to look back on if we need a reference or if we make a mistake or whatever. So yeah, now the first thing we want to do, we'll try and get one of these keyframes. We'll probably do the contact here. So we're probably going to turn him a bit more side on for this pose as well. So if we take this guy and we turn him slightly side on, the ear's going to come around a bit more, the cape's going to come around, it's going to obscure the arm and the leg a bit. So we'll start off with the passing, just because it's going to be easier. We won't have to mess around with the legs too much. So we'll get to that. Let's see. So we'll pull some of these pixels down like that. Probably keep the eye there because that's side on view. Probably move this ear over. Maybe this one as well, so they're a bit more in line, just a little bit. Yeah, let's maybe, well, leave it there. I want to bring this arm over. We're going to cover it with a cape a little bit more too. And we'll bring the leg over a little bit. Yeah, that should do. And because we're turning, this part of the cape's now going to be hidden. And we'll bring this over like that. We might bring it back 1 frame, just so, 1 pixel, just so we can see the arm just a little bit. Let's color it in. And we want to smooth this back because it's coming down the back. That's a bit jagged, so that should do. We'll probably put some shading here too. We'll see. We probably won't worry about the shading just yet because it'll just make animating harder. So we'll take that. The dagger's going to come in too. Probably move it all the way in like that. Like that. There. So I'm using 1 and 2 to cycle between the frames here. So that was our original. Bit more side on now. Yeah. Yeah, looking pretty good. We might do that just to separate the hand a bit. Alright, yeah. Not bad, not bad. Alright. Now you look with the feet here. One of the legs is coming back, so try and get that happening. That maybe. We're just going to keep it dark because it's behind. Alright. copy that. The other thing I was going to say with the arms, you can see how here in the walk cycle the arms are sort of straight down on these two frames and then forward and backwards on these two. That's just going to create a simple backwards and forwards motion. So we're going to go back to our little guy. Let's have a look here. If we look up at this one, basically the leg that your arm is opposite to your leg, so if the leg's back, the arm's forward. It's also something to keep in mind. Can't really see it here in the saw frame. Alright, so let's just say that's that. We'll duplicate it because we're going to have two of those frames, but this leg obviously it's going to be swapped. So if we just go ahead and do that right now, we want to swap it so it looks like this leg is coming back and this leg is sort of straight down. One of the hard things to do with pixel art. Yeah, got such a small area to work with. Most of the time you can't even tell, but we'll leave it at that for now. And we'll get on to one of the other positions. Bring this one here. Alright, so let's do this one. So make the window a little bit bigger. Yeah, alright, so if this leg is leading, it will mean this arm's going to go back. And we've got to think about things with what's going to happen with the cloak as well when the arm moves back. Alright, so yeah, if we put this leg forward like that, I'll just colour this bit out. Right, pretty extreme. It's from straight there to there. Alright, so we've got the leg happening. Now we want to do the arms a little bit. This will create that sort of 3D effect. So we'll bring this arm out because his right leg's coming forward, so his left arm will be forward. We'll just check with our first frame, see if the dagger's the same. We want to obviously keep the same pixels. Yep, pretty much spot on. Put that there. And this hand is going to go back. So if the hand's going back, the cloak's probably going to be opening up a little bit too. So we'll bring this cloak back just 1 pixel. With the hand like that, and we'll leave that. Alright, it's a little rough, but so we'll bring the whole cape back 1 pixel. Yeah. When you're animating, I always, at least when I'm animating, I'm always going between the frames to make sure it's, you know, reading. Okay. Alright, that looks pretty good. Yeah, alright, now what we can do, we'll just copy that because it's essentially mirrored. So if we've already got this in the right spot, we'll copy it and move it to the end. And all we're going to have to change here is this arm. This dagger's going to come all the way back, further than normal, because the whole hand's going to be back, like that. I don't know if I want a 2 pixel jump there or not. I'll do 2 pixels at the moment. If it looks too jumpy, I'll change it to only 1 pixel. But yeah, and then this hand is going to come forward like that, and so's the cape or the cloak. Like this, and we're going to clear the back off a bit, because it's going to be hugging the back of the character. Let's just do that. Right. Yeah. Now the chest and the arm here, kind of, it's not reading very well. Just working out, we could darken that. Also, this leg's the one at the back, and this one's the one at the front. But because the cape's sort of in the way, you can't really tell. Probably like that. Let's get rid of that. Alright, the cape's sort of jumping too far back. Too far forward, too far back. Yeah, he's turning a little bit too much here. So let's pull this back. We can keep this part of the hand forward. That's alright. We should be able to get away with that. And we'll just bring the chest here. Yeah, I think that's looking a bit better. Yep, we're gonna have to bring this hand back too. Not a surprise there. Yeah, so we've got 2 pixel movement. If you look here, just highlight it. So there, 1, 2. So 1, 2. 2 is probably the most we want to do. So 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2 with the cape. Yeah, you can see the dagger's jumping back a bit too. That's because it's moving more than 2 pixels. It's not a set number, it's just what I find keeps it a little bit smoother. So all we're going to do here is copy that part. Find that frame and paste it over the top. There we go. Okay. Alright, not bad, not bad. We could also move the head a little bit. Generally when you're walking, your head stays on target though, so probably not going to do too much for the head. However, when I'll have a look here in this one up here, you can see the head bounces. When you're at the high point, it's at the highest point, the head's at the highest point. When you're at the recoil, it's the lowest, passing up in contact. Now you can see that the 2 frames we're doing are actually kind of the same height, but it's looking a bit flat. So what we're going to do, we're going to resize the canvas and give us one more pixel on the height. And what we're going to do, we're going to bring these guys, passing points down. And that way he sort of hops. It's a little bit cartoony, but yeah, it should just give it that little bit more of a motion in the look. I'm probably going to put a little bit of shadow on this cape now. Not quite sure where I want it though. So let's have a look at the original design quickly. Right, yeah, so let's get that color. If I do it at the back, it'll create the highlight, which is kind of what I wanted. Yeah, like that. Looks good. That. Let's see what that looks like. Not bad. The cloak does jump out at the back a little bit. It's because it's 2 pixels, but we might just see if we can move it in 1. That. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay, cool. Might bring this up 2, so it's just a smoother arc. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Very simple. Could even have it sort of come down like that. That'll create the illusion of more of an arc. Just sort of makes the cloak separate from the body just a little bit. That's the way it isn't always exactly the same point. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the 4-frame walk sack on the side position. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.